Everybody wants to be an astronaut. Take the long, tall train to the sun.
Howdy everyone, hello and to more for the Golden Path Internationals. I'm your host and commentator, the BlackShadow, this one of course being sponsored by Unfussable Narrative. Today we're going to be bringing our first look of action from Group T, which is not the easiest one for us to commentate on, mainly because, especially for me, it's based in sort of Eastern Europe, Asia, Australia, that sort of thing. So basically the complete wrong side of the planet to me. But I managed to get a time for this one. It's actually worked out pretty decently for me. So here we are. And Group T specifically is not an easy group by any stretch of imagination. Some very, very strong players in this one. Bale, who was a former quarter-finalist. We've got Gugu, who was the runner-up in the Imperium Cup only to Drazo, and Badger, who we're going to be seeing specifically today, who at time of the draw was the number 2 ranked player in the ELO rating system. So some very, very decent players here. It seems fairly obvious to say that, say, maybe those 3 players might well take the top 2 spaces, but I don't think it's going to be quite that simple. Some other fairly good players here played a lot doing Imperium as well, so I think this one's definitely up for grabs, and we're going to get a good feel probably for how the group is going to shape up with today's game. Kind of curious to see what the pace of play is going to be here, this one. It's very hard to know sometimes whether it's going to be pretty quick here. Although that might well accelerate the pace of it. Oh, hold on. I've got cameras. Look at me being technically intelligent. So, Liet Kynes, Web of Power, Chom Delegate, the big 3 opening cards here. But Pigscanfly Engineer, definitely not bad. And Imperial Spy as well. As far as Pigscanfly Engineer goes, look at these really cheap techs. Artillery, Wind Trap, True Transports gives Pigscanfly Engineer an absolute ton of potential here in regards to value here. So it looks actually pretty half decent here. I don't hate it at all. I think all of these cards have got some good use here. So curious to see how this is going to proceed. As for our leaders, so most of the decent ones, well, the more used ones are still here. Nobody missing Hundro, missing Ilban as well. So leader looks pretty good here, noticing that there's no he's going to be probably fairly good for Mentat. No Paul either. Ekaz could be a bit of an issue, which is why we see... ignore that ever happened, which is why we go ahead and see... That's what we want there. Steve picked up in 4th position. Pigscanfly will be opening up Badger in the 3rd spot here. Ekaz will be taken. I would expect DrBell probably to take Baron Harkonnen here. And then either Beast or Yuna in 1st spot. I don't mind either of them. I think both are okay. Both are totally fine, but I don't hate it. So Baron in 2nd spot, as expected, and then probably Beast or Yuna here. I think given the row, I think either's fine. Artillery is in the techs, and also all the cheap techs here, so that gives extra value to the Beast. Remember, of course, Beast does begin with bonus Spice and Solari, so you can buy any one of those techs as he sees fit here, which is pretty nice. And as such, does go for the pick. So here we go then. We're off to the races. It'll be Pigscanfly to open. Bell must, of course, pick their tokens, however. See if there's any deviation from spacing and Fremen. And the answer is going to be... probably not. Nope. Usual 2. I have been experimenting with going, like, spacing and, like, Emperor or something like that. Just as a bit of an experiment. But, you know, going these 2 is never bad. And I expect in the tournament setting, you're going to see this more often than not. Here we go then to the races. So Pigs will be opening up here. This is not the most ideal situation. I mean, it's not terrible for Baron, but having Beast before you is a little bit problematic. Beast will be getting in the way here. Baron opens up with an absolutely hideous hand, by the way. Ugh. And Beast gets everything he could want. He's almost got too much going on here. Wow. That's kind of unfortunate here. You kind of want to see, like, Seek Allies come next round here. See how we go here. The skirmish is the mixed smuggling skirmish here. Not the spice smuggling skirmish. It's okay. You know, top 2 prizes are both pretty good here. Beast, of course, will open up with full space to try and keep Baron away from it. But Baron has no access to it at all. This is a horrible start for Baron. I'd expect to see him just grab artillery here. Which is what we'll see. I think this is totally fine as a complaint. Oh, he's just going to hold up here. Wow, I think I would have just taken artillery immediately. and keep that away from everyone else. I'm a little bit surprised there from DrBell. I think that's totally fine here. There's not a ton of swords in the row, but even in like the beginning couple of rounds, I think artillery has a lot of value. So I'm a little surprised not to just pick that up and call it a day, especially if Ix and Engineer also in the row. You have 5 persuasion now. Like, you could just reveal, take Ix and Engineer, and you're looking not too terrible. Ekaz is going to go smuggling, and he will be taking Chom Delegates, which was the whole reason he took him. There was no Helena in the row, which made it a bit nicer. And Lido will be going up here. Lido has not pulled well either. This is actually kind of awkward. You know, I don't even hate going like Signet Ring here and getting your Spice immediately and considering an early reveal with Web of Power out there. That's really strong. And I think that's what we're going to see here from McKellar here. I think he's going to go ahead like Hager Basin. I don't think he's going to Imperial. I think he goes straight Hager. I think he could go either way. He's going to put in 2 troops. He's going to catch up with the Spacing Guild here. And I think he's going to look to early reveal for Web of Power. Although I suspect Baron might end up doing it anyways, because Baron's hand is pretty bad here. I would be very tempted to do so. Again, a little bit surprised he didn't pick up artillery, but so what? Yeah, there go the 2 troops. I think that's kind of telegraphing that Leo is going to be looking to reveal early here. So it's Baron Beast up here, and I think I'd be going Hardy Warriors. I think you got to deny that from other players. No! Beast is just going to take Wealth, and he's going to play Docile to begin with. Wow. Not interested at all, and now it's actually more awkward for the Baron. Baron kind of wanted Beast to go in to justify the early reveal, but now he's left it completely open here. Now it's a bit more tempting for Baron to get involved here. The Carfag's sitting right there. A little tricky. He didn't take artillery, though, so it makes it slightly less, and I think we will still see a reveal for Web of Power, which is going to be great news for the other 2. And he will take Web of Power. And he's just going to close his eyes and go for it. And interesting, the fact Beast did not get involved there made that a bit more awkward for Baron. I still don't hate it, I guess. It's fine. But kind of weird opening combat. Oh no, he's going for Liet Kynes even. He had 5 because he went tech negotiation. So didn't fancy going Arakeen to redraw any cards though. Seek Allies comes up, that's pretty bad. But ends up going Liet Kynes instead. Appropriate is the next card here on the row. Very, very strong. Be some characters after that. So now we've got this weird situation with Beast and Lido here. Or Ekaz and Lido, I should say. So Ekaz can definitely go Hardy Warriors. But he's a bit concerned about what Lido's going to follow up with here. What a weird opening round this is for Badger. I honestly don't know what you do. You could just go Steel Suits and take 2 Spice and the Water. And then you've got all sorts of options next round. You could go Great Flat Conspire. You could go Great Flat Highliner if it's a victory point combat. You could start going for, like, Tech, Selective Breeding. Is winning this combat that desperate? I don't know. And the thing is, even if you just Steel Suits and put in 2 troops, like, Lido still kind of has to put in more forces if he wants to actually win the combat here. So he's kind of like, you're forcing him to do it. It's kind of weird. You've got no city access. I think I like Steel Suits. I just think it gives you so many resources, potentially. You just go Great Flat, like, fairly early here. It's kind of astonishing. I don't think Hardy Warriors is good enough. I don't think the shipping bump is that significant. Is he going to reveal for Web of Power? What? Oh my gosh, he's going to reveal for Web of Power. Wow. Wow. I mean, that is amazing. So Duke Lido is going to win this combat unopposed. He's still got an action to go on the first round. What is going on here? Wow, absolute freebie for Duke Lido. What is this? Absolutely crazy. Wow, I'm kind of amazed. I guess he figured that Lido was probably going to early reveal, given the troops are in. I don't know. You put in 2 troops to Steel Suits, it's a bit awkward. Amazing. So as Duke Lido, what do you do here? I guess you just grab an intrigue, right? You got 4 persuasion. You're not going to be able to get hold of Web of Power. So I think Ikaz just wants to get shipping as soon as possible because he's got Chum Delicate and he's just going to ship as much as he can physically muster here. But I think Lido probably just, with cards in hand, I think he'd just be going Carfag, take an intrigue, and garrison a troop. I don't think Hager Basin is worth it. I don't think the card draw is worth it. There's nothing else to do. Yeah, just grab an intrigue. You know. I'd be absolutely ecstatic here as McKellar here, thinking just getting this for free. I'd be over the moon, the situation. Right, they've all, you know, some big cards out the way, but it's not a disaster. I think this is totally fine. Garrison the troop and calculate higher. I tell you what, that's not bad. You know, I mean, you'd rather have it than say like someone else does. So that's actually a good find. Of course, you can get it on the cheap anyways. But regardless, I think that'll be handy to have. So leader's gonna win this opening combat unopposed. I'm trying to think of the last time I saw a smuggling skirmish won unopposed. I'm not sure I've ever seen that. 4 persuasion for the beastie, which is now kind of awkward. He's gonna go get hold of Dr. Yu, which is a bit a bit fishing, I think. Sardaukar Legion turns up here. Imperial Spies on the road. I'd expect Beast to take that. I think that's a good one for him. Now from Encamp turns up. A little bit late for that. And Leader's gonna have free to buy. And Leader, I think, will just be picking up a liaison and calling it a day. Interesting, the row is all 4s and 5s here, so that's going to make some buying a little bit awkward here for some players. I think liaison's fine, no harm in that. And yeah, so Duke Leto wins. Easy as you like. He gets basically a shipping bump on the house. He gets his extra troop back for the garrison, and he just starts an extra shipping bump. So yeah, I don't think I've ever seen this before. Just like that. Amazing. There we go. It's pretty up. There you go. You'd never know that there'd been a round of combat. You'd never know. We move on here. Wow. These tournaments are amazing. Like, the amount of weird stuff you see in the commentators' games is astonishing. Never seen that. Okay, so the actual first combat is going to be Machinations, and believe me, this is not going uncontested. This is going to be heavily fought for here. Baron Harkonnen's up first, and will be surely going Hardy Warriors immediately, and does. Yep. No reason not to do that. Get them in, but he will be seeing some opposition here. Just going to put in the 3. Now you got to get all 4 in for Masterstroke. Has the usual 2. Now, the problem for Baron here is he's going to struggle to actually get a lot of shipping done in this game. Leto and Beast here are going to be a bit of a problem here. Ekaz does have access to fold space and probably should be going there just to deny anyone else. No, he doesn't care. He's like, screw it. I'm just going to smuggle and I'm going to get hold of a load of Solari here. It's not enough for Swordmaster, though, which is interesting. Huh. Is he just going to start... Is he going to go High Council early here? I guess. Leto's got no choice but to go Fold Space. I mean, you go Fold Space and, like... How do you not do this? I think this is fine, yeah. You've got to not let Baron get there. Obviously, the intention was to use his probably his Signet Ring, like in the next round or so, to pick that up. But, well, if he gets there early, I mean, I wouldn't complain. So Beast now has a kind of an awkward hand here. You know, as Beast, I actually don't hate going Mentat, cycling your deck a little bit here. It's a bit awkward. Maybe go Arakeen to do it instead. But I honestly don't hate redrawing a hand here a little bit. It's not terrible. You're going to be struggling to buy here. Goes Karfak and said, fine, Sleeper must awaken. That's pretty nice. And it's pretty nice here. And he's prepping up for probably a Haga Basin trip. What I would like to see Beast do is actually... go Haga Basin, and then, if he can, look to go Conspire next round. Ekaz is going to have a look to see where his daggers are, finds he's got both in hand. Baron's going to look at Ekaz's hand, find out how many daggers he's got. Baron's going to look at Leto, see how many daggers he's got. Ekaz's going to look at Leto, see how many daggers he's got. Baron's going to look at Beast and look at how many daggers he's got. Beast is going to look at Baron, look at how many daggers he's got. I'm going to call them all, kids. I'm making a point here. Yeah, it does make me laugh sometimes. Anyway, so Arakeen for the Baron. He'll be use Signet Ring. He's got to put them all in if he wants to win this combat, and does. Finds Recon. I mean, he won't complain, I guess. Not great. Finds Secret Forces. This will be good for later on in the game. No good right now. Ekaz will Mentat up here, which I think is a good move. Has to draw it into his next hand here, but I don't hate this. Finds New Desert Planet. You kind of want 5 Persuasion or really none at this point. So Ekaz will be staying out of this combat here. Might just go like Wealth or something. Kind of curious to see what Ekaz will do here. He has got position on everyone now, so you get to see. I have no idea what Ekaz is doing, but he does risk breaking everything. Please, I have no idea what Badger is doing. Don't ask me. Leo is going to be up next. So Leo's just going to go ahead and mine here at Hager Basin, I imagine. Like, I don't know what's going on with this. I'm not getting involved. Not my problem. Oh, no, Leto. Oh, sorry, my apologies. No, Leto's got access to fold space instead of shipping, so he would go up and down. Leto, with a great chance to just push the space lines, and should do so. I think a pretty effective strategy for Leto, for those of you who have not played too many games with Leto. Leto's prudent diplomacy allows him to chase other factions, but he can't get bumps with factions that he's ahead on. So what we want to do really with Leto is pick one faction, absolutely rush it, and try and secure the alliance, and then use prudent diplomacy to passively pick up your things elsewhere. I don't think they've took the bump here. They need to take a faction bump. They have not done so. Now Beast is going to go ahead and take artillery. Beast knowing obviously he can't win the combat. Leto's decided to take the Fremen. Don't like that. I think Leto's got to be really aggressive here. Just charge one alliance. Baron's going to reveal for 5. Power play appropriate. Lots of good cards out there. But I think power play will be taken for Baron Harkonnen and is trying again. Just try and get in front on alliances here. Ekaz will be up. This needs to be moved. Like this looks ridiculous. And I think wealth is probably the route. But you can also go steel suits, knowing that he's got action on everyone here. He should just put in the one troop, get the extra water, which is good. There's going to be a lot of water flowing here, actually. So probably up maybe some later game stuff here. I don't think it's very like you can't see the freaking water here. So this is like I don't know what's going on here. I really don't know. It's kind of weird. Anyways, Leto is going to reveal for 3 and take Federikin. Death Commando. Beast is going to reveal for 4 with the Tech Negotiation. Pick up Fremen. Very good card for the Beast. That. Very scary. And then it will be 4 for the Ekaz. Probably Testing Humanity looks pretty good. And I'll be picking that. And he does indeed decide he's going to do so. Is he just making sure he doesn't press that early? I have no idea. Anyways, I'm just going to ignore it for now. So, Baron will win comfortably. He will secure his access to shipping, but the problem is he's, like, too late now. And, you know, I imagine we'll just see Fremen and... I think Fremen and spacing, I think he'll do. But he's going to see very little access to shipping is the Baron, though. So he's going to struggle here a little bit. You're in a great opening spot early here. Time for some reshuffle, so everyone's going to start seeing their better cards here. Baron does find Liet Kynes, but Liet Kynes isn't doing a whole lot at the moment, bear in mind, given the fact that she is has no Fremen bonds anywhere with it. Ekaz has his Web of Power, so Ekaz, I imagine, will be going fold space here, and then using Web of Power to then get the second, but I'm kind of unsure. Drawing a lot of big cards, though. Leto has drawn not too bad. Beast here has got all sorts of stuff going in his hand, so pretty active here. I think Baron might well go steel suits if he can get round to it. There's also 5 spice at Great Flat, and that's a problem for Ekaz here. A little bit awkward for Ekaz, actually. I think you kind of got to take it now. It's too easy, and you can't really be giving that to the Beast, especially when he just picked up Fremen Camp. That's very scary. Alright, he can still go to Hager Basin, but... You could also, as Ekaz, decide I'm going to go Hager Basin and keep the 2 water on me. Then Beast has got to spend all of it, and you have a degree of water monopoly. But he's going to go Wealth, and he's going to give Beast choice here. Prepping up to take Swordmaster. And then I think he'll be going, just using Chom Delegate here to pick up whatever spice is remaining. I guess that's the plan. Leto's going to be up here. Leto will obviously go into Stellar while he still can. The only could get them was with the fold space, so is what it is. But I think Beast will probably get pretty aggressive here. The combat, by the way, is Cloak and Dagger. This has a lot of use early on. Those 2 intrigues, when no one really has any, is pretty good. Second place is also pretty decent as well. And Hager Basin will be the pick for the for Beast here. Doesn't spend all the water, so he's got to get these troops in, right? You got to be getting in at least 3 troops in this combat. This is one well worth fighting. I don't think you need to put them all in. There's tons of combat spots, but you might just whack in 4 and call it a day. I think 3 minimum and keep 2 back. Yeah, this is good. I think this is fine. Don't need to put them all in. You've got a second action. You're gonna have options to put them in if you want. It's fine. Baron Harkonnen's up. Baron, I honestly don't mind. I don't hate just going steel suits here and taking this alliance and getting yourself a couple of water. I think that's totally good. And it puts pressure on Ikaz actually as well, because Ikaz is setting up to pick up his Swordmaster. But if you have 2 water, that makes Ikaz has to make a choice, and you might be able to deprive him of Swordmaster, but instead he just goes smuggling. Not a big fan of that, Baron. I really think Liet Kynes to get the 2 water, and it puts Ikaz stuff up. Now Ikaz gets everything. He gets Swordmaster, and he gets Great Flat if he wants it as well. There you could have like put me in a position of what he wants to take there. So I think that's a little bit of a miss there from DrBell. I think I would have been good to, you got to be putting players in spots in these games here. Not allowing them everything. You've got to force them to have to make choices. And, sometimes they're going to make ones they don't want to make. So I think that's would have been nice to see. And also just securing the alliance is fine. Liet Kynes, you really want to be revealing Liet Kynes right now? She's only worth 2. Not great. Ikaz picks up Imperial Spy. Izzet Haderach turns up on the row here. Hello. Wow. And Leto might even be able to pick up... He has 8 Persuasion. Leto actually has enough for Kwisatz Haderach as it is. Wow. He finds his Signet Rings a little unlucky. I think Leto's going to reveal for Kwisatz here. I think I'd be revealing for Kwisatz here. It's only round 3. That's pretty significant. Your deck's still not that big. I think I'd be doing that. I like the look of that a lot. So Beast is going to come up next. Beast, I think, was kind of hoping maybe for Mentat. Dr. Yue, is he thinking of like a double arrow King draw? I don't think it's any good here. I think you've got to be using your faction access cards and does so. Steel Suit I don't hate. Fold Space is also available, and you want to be getting that secured for your shipping round in a turn or 2. I think Fold Space is the way to go. I think I'd probably... Yeah, you can use Fold Space as Fold Space. I think Diplomacy's fine. I don't think it's okay. I don't think you need to worry too much about buying here very much. Probably take Chris Knight if you can. Try and get some pairing with Fremenkamp. That'd be good. Baron's up. Baron in kind of not in the best of spots here. But again, this is the thing. I just really would have liked to have seen the Steel Suits, but it is what it is. Mentat's gone. Maybe he was hoping to go smuggling Mentat, perhaps, was the plan, and then look to go Liet Kynes to Steel Suits at the end, and then pick it up next round. But I think Ikaz would have picked it up by then. So, never mind. Anyway, so Baron's kind of just gotta do it now. What else are you doing here? You're not putting troops in. You're really gonna go Tech Negotiation? He's gonna pick up he's gonna just go pick up Wind Traps here for later on. He did have the Negotiator. Okay, I guess. Flagships is the next tech available here. Someone will be buying this before this game is over. Someone will find their way to 8 spice, especially with all that great flat spice just building up here. Ikaz has got to pick up this spice now. I think you can't really be letting this go. I think it's a little too risky. What else are you doing here? You don't have interstellar access yet, so I think I just shown earlier. You could just reveal and take the free Solari, but I think just netting the 5 spice here is pretty significant. And you can put a troop in as well, and you're going to be able to pick up a reward from Cloak and Dagger. I think every reason to go Great Flat here. That 5 spice is going to be great for later on. You want to be hitting like selective breeding as well with Weather Power later on. Paying for faction access to get more power and boost up Weather Power anyways. And, a lot of these spaces need spice to pay for it. So, I think I'd be going Great Flat and just taking it down. I think smuggling's a little bit passive. I think you've got to be making a statement here. You can go Great Flat and just put a troop in and, take what you want. He's gonna go Imperial Base. He's gonna take a chance here. Okay, so he's gonna hope no one gets there. And again, this is the problem. Because Baron Harkonnen decided not to go Steel Suits, like Ikaz is able to start doing this. You know, and kind of monopolizing Great Flat here. And he would have been able to kind of force him into you know, taking Great Flat sooner than he clearly wants. He wants to try and milk it for as much spice as he can here, so would have forced his hand. Lido's up. Hardy Warriors is still open, and I suspect he might hit it here. He did not decide. Interesting to note, he decided not to reveal for Quiz Haderach, by the way. Ooh, wow. I think I would have considered doing it. Interesting, he goes still suits here. Is Lido going to abandon? Lido might be willing to abandon instead of shipping here to pick up the 6 spice and punish Badger maybe and jump on it. Interesting. A lot happening here. Beast will reveal for free and take... I think you should take Chris Knife. I think Chris Knife is good for Beast. He's got no faction stuff there yet, so he might be able to pick up a bump passively. Could go Liaison, but I actually kind of like Chris Knife here. But we'll decide against it. Baron's going to reel for 5. What's he after? Ixion Engineer, I guess? Might be after Appropriate too. Or is he just want a load of Fremen cards? He is just going to pick up a load of Fremen cards. Okay, so Chris Nice goes to him. Ekaz is going to reveal free. Also taking a bump. I assume he bumps spacing here. Still an expensive row. Gilded Cord on the row now, by the way, too. So very, very pricey. There was the spacing bump, so it'll have to just be a liaison if he wants anything. He's already got 12 cards in hand. He will be beginning his trash... Oh, I see what he's doing. So he's picking this up. He's using that to remind him to trash cards with the coordination ability. I think that's what's going on here. And then Lido's going to reveal for 7. Deciding not to take Quizzes Haderach, which was interesting. I think I would have been taking that or be going Hardy Warriors and absolutely barreling this combat. I think to kind of do neither is... I don't know. I think I would have liked to have seen either or. He might just take Appropriate for the shipping here. Which he does do. So he gets a bump. Ooh. I would have liked to have cashed that in and then go Great Flat and like punish and get in front of Badger here. I think that would have been my play. But he's gonna bump it up here. So curious. People do not like giving him instead of shipping, but I think that would have been a legitimate case to do so here. And that would have really hampered Badger here. Badger's like hoping for this spice. So, any event, combat is going to resolve. No one has anything. So, Beast is going to win this one. He will take this down. He will take 2 intrigues and the bump. Spice and a bump. Spice and an intrigue for Lido. And Ekans gets a choice here. So, finesse for the Beast. This is a real good one here. If you can get towards like the Emperor Alliance and get some extra troops in, that's awesome. Expedite is also pretty good. Lido finds Bypass Protocol, which is pretty strong here. And Ekaz finds Chowam Shares. Very strong intrigue, that. You imagine he'll be trying to make muster of that before all is said and done. He already has his Swordmaster as well, so he's in good position to capitalize on that. We will move on. So next combat is the Guild Bank Raid. So Solari on offer here. I don't think this is going to be too heavily fought over. It is now round 4. Players would still like it. I mean, Ekaz might think, I got Chowam Shares, and I need to do something about that. So he might just try and get involved here a little bit. Bypass Protocol is going to be played to get hold of Sayadina, I would imagine. And to get that away from everyone. Particularly Baron or whatnot. So I think that's good. And that will... Whoops. Let's go ahead and... draw it off for them. There we go. Esmar Tuek will be the next card on the row. As for Lido's hand as well, Lido's hand is not amazing. He will be going solar shipping. So what's he going to take here tech-wise? Is he building up for troop transports? I guess so. I assume that's what he's after, troop transports, right? I don't think he's going detonation devices. I don't feel like this is a Lido detonation game. Fennekin will be played first to get some card trashing on the way. Oh, he still is! Oh, Lido, he's savage! Lido's happy to wait. No, he's taking the bump to threaten going smuggling. Is he going flagships? I guess so. Well, there we go. Lido decided to do it anyways. All right, then. Well, savage stuff from Lido. I'm really glad that he decided to get in front of the spice here. That's a massive blow to Ekaz here. That's going to really hurt. But he went for it anyway. So, you know, strong stuff there from Lido, making the statement, giving up the interstellar shipping here. And he's going to look to cash in smuggling. So the question is anyone going to get in the way? That's the question. Does Ekaz, like, retaliate by going smuggling with Signet Ring here? I guess that's what he does here, right? I think that's what I would do as Ekaz. You gotta be, you can't let him have smuggling as well as taking your spices. I think that's the response there. Baron is up. Baron's going to go ahead and take Baron's going to take the smuggling instead. He's going to use this to cash in and get his Swordmaster ready. The problem is that he gets the Solari. That also gives Beast the 8th coin he needs to get Swordmaster as well. So, a little awkward here. He's going to keep Chris Knife because he wants to power up Liet Kynes to get the Fremen Bond. So, that's going to give Beast the opportunity to pick up the Swordmaster, which surely he will do. Maybe trying to drag the dagger out for the combat. No, Ekaz is just going to go ahead and Wealth here now, which I think is fine. Imperial Spy, by the way, you don't have to trash Imperial Spy, but if you do, you get the intrigue. Pick some Charisma. It's a good one to reveal. That will help find a spiceless flow later on in the game. It's good fun. So Lido now has got a fun spot here. What does he want to do here? I mean, you've prepped yourself up for flagships. You can take it. It's there. Is that what you want to do? Have you got other intentions? Are you going detonation devices? Like, you can honestly, you can go dreadnoughts now and detonation. Like, that is option to you. Remember, of course, Lido gets, he gets his dreadnoughts for cheap. Only costs him 2 Solari to find a dreadnought, which is pretty cheap, all things considered. I wonder if he might consider doing, it'd be real out there for McKellard. Really, really, like, left field play, but I actually don't hate it. I actually don't hate it. I don't know what he trashed, by the way, with his thing here. I have no idea what he trashed. Probably his dagger. Nah, he's just gonna pick up flagships. I think flagships feels like a safer play. Thing is, you do not get the cheap. You don't get the cheapness on the flagship buying. Still gotta pay full slide for it. But looks like he's gonna just take flagships, and you know, I think it's fine. Victory point in the bag is a victory point in the bag, right? No, he's gonna be patient. He's gonna wait to go smuggling next round and use that to take flagships at the same time. That's the intention here. Okay, troop transport's being prepared here. So Lido is gathering for combat. He's gonna use calculated hire to get more actions in. I think this is a good time to do it, and we'll take this. This is fine. So Beast is going to go ahead and take Swordmaster, and Baron's going to be kind of annoyed by this. Does Baron Harkonnen just go High Council here? I think Baron Harkonnen goes High Council. Liet Kynes is worth 4, Convincing's worth 2, and Toe of High Council will give Kwisatz Haderach. I think High Council is actually not a bad play here for Baron Harkonnen. Here comes the Expedite, by the way, so he's just getting them in now. Interesting that he uses his Signet Ring to go to the Swordmaster, keeping the dagger on hand, so he's looking to use Recon in the next round here. But yeah, I think this is a great spot for Baron to actually High Council and get Kwisatz Haderach. I think that's the play. I think that's the play here, right? You're going to get your passive bump and take the Fremen Alliance as well. I think that's the move. I don't know if Bell's going to agree here. Oh, he's going to get in troops. Wow. Interesting. I don't really like using the Chris Knife to get the Alliance and get the troops in. I don't think it's doing enough. You're never winning this combat really for wind traps. Kinda don't like that. I think it's a little, you know, the Chris Knife was going to give you the bump anyways, so I don't know. Going High Council before your Swordmaster is kind of a gutsy play, but I honestly think it would have been fine here. Ekaz is going to go Research Station. He's looking for Spicemas Flows here. He only has 5 Persuasion, though. It's kind of a bad hand here for Ekaz. He's not drawn well. Finds with a power for the bump, I guess. He's looking to obviously get in access to shipping as soon as possible so he can make use of Chome Delegate to get there, but kind of a bad fight. He was also hoping to get hold of Kwisatz Haderach, seeing as Baron didn't get in the way, but Lido is short of that as well with 5. Charisma only gets him up to 7, so Kwisatz Haderach not available here. That's now 3 chances players could have taken to get hold of Kwisatz, and no one's managed it yet or decided to do it. McKellen's back up here. McKellen, you'd think, is surely going to go like Carfag. You would imagine. Could go Seach, but I think Carfag is probably fine. Seach is also okay. They're going to get all that water. Do you put them all in? I think you put them in because you're now targeting... Ooh, I think I would have been considered putting them in here. I know you think Beast is probably coming over the top, probably. But, like, the money's good here. Obviously, if you're going to go flagships, you've got to pay for that. That stuff's not cheap. So Beast will go Carfag, I imagine. And he will just put some troops in. And artillery's going to do the job here, by the way. Artillery will be enough. Fine strategic book as well if you want a bit of extra money there. Also, the 2 swords is also good. He's just going to leave it as that because you can use push, I think, just to get the money anyways. So Baron's going to reveal for 6 and a dagger. So I guess he's going to go for just more Fremen cards, I suppose. Yeah, he's just going to try and feed Liet Kynes here. Baron, I think, is going to start just going into his cocoon. Looks like it. He's just going to buy a load of liaisons here. But the problem is your deck's getting big now. You gotta do something about that. Ikaz is gonna go selective breeding. So second attempt to try and pick up Kwisatz Haderach here. Surely he'd manage it. He has 4 in hand. Needs only 2. Oh, he doesn't get there again! Oh no! Can you believe it? Oh, convincing argument at the bottom of the deck. Unbelievable. That's actually pretty unlucky for Ikaz. Here twice he doesn't get. He finds his dagger. Doesn't find convincing. It's 7 again. Brutal for Ikaz here. He's putting a ton of effort to try and pick up Kwisatz and just couldn't muster it. Oh, that's horrendous. Really, really unfortunate here. McKellen's up here. Should be grabbing a Fremen card or 2 to power Sardina if you don't have these. People forget about the Fremen bond sometimes, and Liaison is taken. Beast is going to win the combat with his swords. That will do the job. He's going to be in pretty good shape here. Also has 1 to buy, but it's like, doesn't really matter. And Ikaz is going to reveal 5 and feel pretty aggrieved by the situation here. And I would be annoyed too. He'll take probably the spacing bump and just gets it done, I guess. Although, feels kind of bad. You don't have to do it. You could wait. You could be patient. I don't hate being patient. But I think just getting it's fine. It's a point in the bag. You don't need to worry about it. Ikaz twice there does not find access to Kwisatz. Very unfortunate. Very unfortunate. So for 5, I think you just pick up Esmar, I guess. Yeah, Esmar looks fine. You know, you're going to look into unload and probably trash that later on for the resources. I think that's okay. Beast will win. Beast will take the conflict in the 6 victory points. 6 Solari. 4 coins for the Baron. Only a couple of coins for Leo in the end, which is a little bit disappointing. He would have hoped for second place here, but it is what it is. And we're going to move on to the 5th round here, I suppose. We're going to move on. See how things progress here on this kind of curious game. I think for first rotation, it's kind of hard to know who's really ahead here. I'd say it's pretty even. There's been a couple of maybe unlucky draws, missed opportunities. Ikaz looks at convincing argument in disgust. Absolute disgust there. It will be Beast up first. And Beast is going to start off with, obviously, Interstellar. So Lido is basically saying, if no one goes smuggling, I'm taking flagships. Memo Quarters is also on the road, by the way. Here comes the Swordmaster for Harkonnen. He has to do it now, obviously, before Red does it. Although Red was never going there, by the way. I'm pretty sure. So it's on Ikaz now. What does Ikaz want to do? Ikaz, does he decide to block smuggling? I think I probably do. I think I'll probably block smuggling here. Signaling's not doing a lot for you, however. I think just use Duna to do it. No, he's just going to go and take Mentat here. So Lido gets his flagships if he wants it, and he should not be refusing this. You gotta do it now. I think you'd be super greedy to wait here. Memorcore is also there, and it looks pretty nice for you. Oh, you gotta do it now. You cannot wait here. You are asking for trouble. I know no one else can take flagships. I guess you're not in a rush, but I think you should be looking to take that as soon as you can here. And will be doing so, surely. And does. So flagships will be taken for Lido, you would imagine. That'll be a point. So good times for Lido. He'll be very happy with this. No, he's going to keep the cheap text going. He's going to hold off on flagship for as long as he can muster. Interesting. Wow. Lido continues to surprise me in his play here. I don't know if that's a good thing or not. I'm really unsure here. Lido looks like he's going to keep prepping for flagships and he's going to hold off on it. He's got to be careful that someone doesn't end up pinching that from underneath his skin here. Gets the free troops and troop transports. He'll be putting them in. It is Imperial Base of the combat here. This is a very good second prize, the 2 water. Very, very nice. Obviously, winning it for the point is also pretty good. But you don't hate 2 water. It's pretty nice. Looks like this could be good here. I don't think there's anything else to do. I don't know if he took a bump. Did he take a bump? He does need to take a bump here. I don't believe he took one. There's nothing in the chat. This is the great thing of our board now as well. We have a chat log which records everything that you do, so we can check to see if people take it. And again, while I'm not here to like police and monitor these games, rewards are mandatory. You can't not take rewards unless it's like a trash or has something with an arrow. So I'm obligated to say that he's got to take his reward. Is Lido really... Duke Lido is pushing the Fremen track. Now that's curious. Invasion ships is the next tech here, by the way. XNG is looking prettier and prettier in the row. Man, what is Duke Lido up to here? Really don't know. I'm really fascinated to see how this is going to proceed here. Beast is going to look to use Fremen. Beast's hand is pretty bad here, so he's going to look to probably just go Imperial Basin, get some troops in. I'd be putting in all 5. 2 from Garrison, 3 for the Fremen camp. So 5 troops in. It looks pretty good to me. You've got backup as well. You've got strategic, and you've got the dagger as well, which is giving you some strength here. So I'm still going to believe Baron didn't take artillery at the very beginning of the game. That was interesting. Baron's up next. Baron, what do you want to do here? You're a little bit disturbed by Lido going Fremen. That's a little bit uncomfortable. You don't particularly like to see that. I don't think you should panic right now. High Council will be taken. Always worth noting when you see people go take High Council with their liaison, always bear that in mind. It always looks kind of weird. There's usually a reason for it. In this case, because he's got not really anything else to do, but generally, people go High Council with like a low persuasion card to build up the persuasion. So that's not the intention here. Ikaz is going to take the free spice, which I don't hate. Ikaz now does have Chome Delicate is activated to go into the shipping, will be doing so. No, he's just going to go Arakeen here and draw cards. Interesting. Just going to try and... So he's trying to find Web of Power. Five Testing Humanity, he's not going to be using that, I don't suspect. I think he's just going to go Chome Delegate. He does have an extra agent action, because he went Mentat, though, so we'll see what the plan is. Leo's going to be up next. Let's see what Lido's plans are here. I'm really unsure. Like, Lido's got a ton of spice, and he's, like, threatening Highliners, but I don't think he's doing that. Is he conspiring or something crazy? He is going Highliner. Wow. Wow. I don't like this. With Beast still to act, and you've got, like, no intrigues. Wow. I do not like this at all. Because now that means you now have to absolutely bundle in. But you've got to put in, like, everything. I don't like this from McKellar at all. I don't think this is a good move. I just think this is too easy for Beast to do something bad. Now, he's super lucky. The fact that the Beast has no actions here. Somehow, some way, the Beast can't respond. So, this actually is going to work for McKellar. There is nothing the Beast can do about this, which is astonishing. But I think any other hand here, Beast just responds. Beast is picking up a Dreadnought? I don't particularly... It's like, what do you do? He doesn't even want to do this. It feels kind of bad. I mean, do you take detonation devices? Do you just put he is going to take detonation devices. I think he's going to prep up for maybe Ixen Engineer if it comes around here. I don't think he's actually ever going to use Dreadnoughts in this game, but we'll see. But yeah, Lito's going to get lucky here and take this combat down. I don't think he really should have done. Baron's just going to go and secure his alliance here, playing kind of cagey. Not putting any troops in the secret voice. You hold those on for later. Ekaz is going to use Esmar now to take the spice. Is he going to draw here? It looks like he's going to draw and take the extra bump. So putting some pressure on the beast here. Finds Dune as a planet. That is 8 now. With Charisma, he gets there. So we can use Charm Delegate and he can use Charisma for thingy. So that's good. Lito's going to reveal for 5. He's going to get to Ixen Engi before anyone else. Guild Ambassador turns up here on the road. Oh my goodness, and Beast is excited to see that, but holding the alliance is going to be very, very tricky. There's a lot of danger here. He might be forced to finesse to, like, protect it. The problem, though, for Beast now is he's not got any points with any other factions. He's got not really any progress anywhere. So that's a real issue for the Beast here. He kind of has to go Guild Ambassador. He does need to reveal for it. He's got to take it. Baron's going to reveal for 5. Baron, I think, will be probably just taking Fufia and being fairly happy. Fufia's a good, solid all-round card. Tons of access. Really good. Man, Lito is such a lucky boy that he's won this combat. I cannot believe this. Insane move to do that, but Beast had basically the one hand that couldn't respond. Very fortunate for Lito. Baron's going for 5. Again, I would be taking... Not going to take Fufia? Fufia's pretty good. Wow. Even just reveal for the intrigues. Yeah, be taking him. You have got a 15-card deck, but, like, you can get one more for Fufia with the card draw. It kind of helps mitigate that. Ekaz will be surely going to show him to infiltrate, and will do so. I can't see any other action. And then we'll be revealing and taking Kwisatz Haderach here. With Charisma. A bit later than he intended. He wanted to do this like a round or 2 ago, but he finally got there in the end. So he made it work. So he gets there. Very good. And he will be trashing... It's just he's not trashing the daggers at this point, which is notable. I guess he wants to be looking to still make use out of Mentat. Interesting. Anyways, move on here. So, Lito's going to win this combat somehow. Beast is going to have to set aside with 2 water here, and it'll be a water for Ekaz. And that is going to be all she wrote for this. So, Lito gets point number 4. I still cannot believe how that worked out, but hey. Alright, let's move on to the next round here. If Beast, like, if someone decides they're going to just challenge this this Spacey Alliance, like, Beast is in real issues, by the way. He is in danger. You're definitely nervous. You're definitely not happy. You don't think it's safe. You probably need to do some defensive work there. Baron's up first, however. Baron has power play. That's also kind of unsettling. I don't know what he's going to use that for. Maybe Emperor Alliance, we'll see. Instead of you'd think would be the first action. Everyone has access to shipping now. Kind of curious to see what everyone's plans are going to be here, by the way. It is round 6. Siege of Arakeen is up. It's been a pretty low-scoring game so far. No one's really scored that heavily, so we've got some distance in this game yet. We've got a way to go. See what the plan is. Baron, you would imagine, will open up with just Dune to... It's kind of awkward for Baron, though. Baron's got his Singer and he wants to use it, but he's going to struggle to find the money unless he uses Chris Knife first, which he might end up doing. No, Baron's going to take the spice! Conspire incoming. Conspire absolutely incoming here with power play. I think that's the intention. Wow. Ekaz is up next. Ekaz has Kwisatz. He's got Beba. He's got tons of stuff to do here. How do you open up with Ekaz? Do you just go like secrets or something? Do you go test humanity to Mentat? I don't hate that. Ekaz is going to have a long turn, kids. He's got a lot of stuff to do this round. He could be here a while. Lito's got Appropriate in hand, but has no progress with the Emperor Alliance yet. Beast has got UA and might actually end up using him here. Might be you get Imperial Spy to Wealth though first, so it will be this the first of secrets it is. So people need to discard their cards in hand. Officially, it is done clockwise. Officially. Leto gets rid of Dune. Beast is actually going to go ahead and get rid of his Imperial Spy, and Baron's getting rid of his Signet Ring. How often do you see that? It tells you a lot about where we're at in this game. All sorts of spectators in for this one. And we're going to move on here. Man, what a weird kind of game this is turning out to be. Leto's up next. Leto is just going to go Interstellar. No one has gone here somewhere, which is crazy. Of course, a bit unlucky for Ekaz. He didn't have a way of getting there. It should be noted, you could use Quizit's Hanorach to get there, by the way. That is definitely something you can do. But there's no real point in doing so. He's also got Chom Delegate as well. He's drawn now. It's a bit late. So, again, Ekaz is going to have a busy turn. He's been doing a lot of shipping. He's going to go probably Choem and then Kwisatz to ship twice this round. Beast is going to go and take some more spacing defense, which seems reasonable. Don't hate this. You can always finesse later on. Oh, no. Are you going to finesse now? Is he really going to use this to, like, protect this alliance and just... He's going to do it. Wow, he's just going to completely lock up this alliance with finesse. That's kind of insane. He does know Baron Harkonnen has power play, but wow. Amazing. No, Baron's going to go ahead and go Selective Breeding instead. He's so that's notable. Decides not to go Conspire. I really thought he was going Conspire there. Finds his dagger, finds Liet Kynes, so that's out of here as well. So there is a Spiceless Flow in hand here, as it stands. Ekaz again has a million actions. The only thing that doesn't have any kind of infiltration is your diplomacy cards. I'd probably just use that for, like, secrets, being honest. I think secrets would be my play here. Weather Power is going to be for selective. Kwisatz and Choem are going to be for shipping. You're going to get a card draw out of Weather Power. You're going to get card draw out of Kwisatz here. So I think I'm using my diplomacy first. I think I go secrets with the intention you want to take that alliance away from the Baron. You don't want him to start making progress on that. That's kind of like the alliance for you to go for here, I think. Especially a Web of Power in hand. You could also go Steel Suits, and that way Web of Power is giving you the extra water. I don't hate that. You could even go Hardy Warriors if you wanted to. Got a lot of options here. Like, almost too many options for Ekaz. Like, there's loads of stuff he could decide to do. I don't know what you wanna, what the progression here is, but I think either Secrets or Steel Suits, I think is my opening, or maybe Hardy Warriors. I wouldn't be putting them in. I'd probably just be garrisoning them up for later on. But you know that Kwisatz and Choem are going to be going shipping, you would imagine. Ekaz kind of would love to know what he's drawing into. But I think Diplomacy is the first card. Everything else just infiltrates, and you're in no rush to be doing any of that. You can do it in your own leisure. But he might see it differently, does Ekaz. He's also maybe considering going up and down now to get hold of Holtzman Engine. I think that's the other consideration here, tech-wise. Holtzman Engine is sitting there. And up and down now would get him. It is going to be Hardy Warriors. Is he going to put them in now? He is going to put them in now. He wants the cash to pay for Troem shares. So that tells me that he's probably going to go up and down with his instead of shipping to try and get on a Holtzman Engine. And I hope no one else has got there by that point. Looks like that's going to be the intention. I don't think anyone else is going to be taking Holtzman Engine here. Leto does not have appropriate online, so it's just their faction access. He's going to use this to get hold of his Swordmaster. And he'll be moving on. Beast is up. I think Beast was also interested in going Hardy Warriors here with all that war in hand. You know what? I don't even hate Beast here actually going like a research station with Dr. Yue. I don't even hate that. You know, you can find some daggers to power artillery. You might find a ton of persuasion by Spice Must Flow. I think that's what he's going to do here. And that's... No, he's going to go Carfax instead. Okay. Ooh, plans within plans is the intrigue here. That's a big find. Unfortunately, he has all the faction progress with one, and he's nothing with the rest. So Fans of Implants is probably not doing anything this round. Man, kind of weird here. Finds a dagger, which he won't complain about. Baron is going to go Steel Suits, locking up the Fremen Alliance. Man, it's twice now Baron has used Chris Knife to go to a Fremen space and not use its reveal effect. Fascinating. He does have a Spice Must Flow between Liet and the other stuff going on, so he will be getting 6 points. He will be leading by the time this round ends, most likely. So Ekaz, surely he's got to be taking Holtzman now. Like, he's got to be the plan, right? I think you got to do it now. I see no reason not to do this. Yep, and we'll do so. And I think up and down, take Holtzman. No, he's going to go down and up. Interesting. I think I would have... man, Holtzman's looking really tasty there. But he's going to... I've seen some videos on Badger. Badger is not... Well, he's going to try and, like, hold off getting things until, like, as late as possible. I have noticed that. I think he used both bumps just to take the Emperor Alliance. Looks good to me. The bump now and the bump he's going to be getting in a moment. Lido's up next. Lido's going to go back to Siege here. So Lido just jamming up on absolute tons of water here. I guess the intention is he's going to be hitting Research Station low tier in the future. So that's the plan from McKellard. Beast is up. Beast is just going to go ahead and just put in more troops here. Might as well. Let's take the point down. Looks reasonable. So that's going to be 14 strength. Strategic for 16 is going to be comfortably enough here. Unless Ekaz does something kind of insane. But you'd imagine Beast is going to be good here for the point. Beast needs to start taking victory points by from combats. There's only been one, which is a little unfortunate. And it went to Leto, that insane Highliner played. I still can't believe he did that. I don't think he can... can he put that in? I was going to say, yeah, that is not allowed. He can't spawn too many. Illegal play there. Again, not here to police and enforce rules, but if something's wrong and it's clear, then I will point it out. You can miss stuff. It happens. Baron buys Spice Must Flow for 6 points. Ekaz will be going Kwisatz here. I think you should be doing Kwisatz now. I think I'd be doing Kwisatz now. To be honest, it doesn't really matter which order you do this in. It's largely irrelevant. He's going to go Secrets. Interesting. Pick some Diversion. I'd tell you what, that's more... He might actually get some use out of that, my Ekaz here, if he finds a trip to Hardy Warriors. I wonder if Ekaz is going to maybe consider going 2 bumps with Kwisatz here. And hope he finds his way to Hardy Warriors in the straight up next round. I wonder if that might tempt him. 2 for Lido. Lido, I don't think should be buying. His deck is plenty big as it is. I would not be buying any more cards. And I think it's too late to start trashing. It's round 6. I would just be passing. But, you know, a liaison means that other people can't get it. I guess fine. Beast is going to reveal for a couple and win the combat. He's comfortable there. Won't be buying, I don't suspect. Might take Guild Admin. It's fine. Again, I don't think the card trashing's a big deal now. It's round 6. Decides against it. And here comes the Kwisatz to do more shipping. So he'll go... He does go up twice. So he's hoping he finds diplomacy here. He's hoping he finds it. Well, no, he doesn't need to do that. What am I talking about? He just goes instead of shipping. I'm an idiot. You know what I mean? So he's going to be prepping to go Holtzman next round. Or maybe he's even going to make the pinch of flagship because Lido didn't go for it. I don't know. Kind of curious to see. Ekaz's deck is pretty short. He's made a point of that. But it's going to be interesting to see how this endgame's going to proceed. Like, Ekaz has got loads of actions. Still not getting rid of his dagger. He wants the access to council, which is notable. I don't know if Ekaz is actually going to be bothering trying to buy Spiceless Flows. I think he's going to, like, late game combat this. I don't think he's actually got enough persuasion in his deck to even buy Spiceless Flows. I think he's going down factions and it's going to be factions and factions and combat here for ECAS. I think he's stall out here. But combat will resolve as it is. So Beast wins it. 4 Solari for ECAS, which helps pie for Chome shares. And then a couple of Solari for Leader. We're going to move on into the tier 3 combats here. I don't really know who's favorite here. I think this is still pretty close. This is anyone's game. It's going to be an interesting finish. First up is Carfag. Carfag is the only place that was not contested earlier, so it is vacant. ECAS finds Kwisatz again. ECAS is going to be drawing through pretty much most of his deck most of the time, which is obviously what he's intending to do here. Getting maximum use out of Kwisatz. Instantly will be the opening, so he's going to use this for Flagship? Or is he use this for Holtzman? He's got to use this for Flagship, right? Surely he's using this for Flagship. Point to point, right? Yeah, I would be bumping there as well. Flagship will be taken for the point here. And players are now going to be concerned here, because this money is only going one place, and that is into combat here. He is not going High Council. So great chance here for Badger to capitalize here. This is going to be difficult now, and players are going to have to make some good decisions. Beast does find his way to Gildan Bass. He's got both Fold Space in his hand. Shuttle Fleet is the next tech in the row here. That might be of some interest to some players. Need some late game bumps here. I wonder if Beast might get tempted and lured into that. It's going to be hard, though. Base is going towards Gildan Bassett here, so... Leo's got Saiyadina in hand, but he doesn't need to use it just yet. I would probably just go Mentat here. Get it on the cheap, and then you're going to get Saiyadina to somewhere next round. Don't worry about that. I think Mentat, you've got to keep that away from ECAS. Well, ECAS doesn't really need it anymore, though. I don't know. But you got 2 daggers in hand. They're not doing a lot. I think Mentat is totally fine. I don't hate it. Might go High Council. I wonder if he might go High Council, actually. Saiyadina's worth 3. Saiyadina is weird. So Saiyadina revealing is worth probably a point with Liaison. But you want to be playing it. No, he's going to use Saiyadina now and just get it done. He's going to go Still Suits here. So basically he gets a water for Still Suits and a water for the 4th bump here. So Saiyadina is only going to be costing 1. So instead he's going to Hardy Warriors, which makes sense. So he's water neutral on the move and pays 3 for the Saiyadina point. So that's up to 5. He's going to hope to get round to Mentat later on, basically. He's going to assume everyone else is going to go to other power spaces and then Mentat later on here. Which I think is not unreasonable. It's a real issue as well, the players. Like, ECAS is going to basically shipping at least once, if not twice, like every single round now, which is really kind of disturbing. And I don't know if the players will be able to do anything about this. Like, he's just going to be able to ship so much here and just absolutely rush alliances. Is a real problem. Wow, Beast actually goes Mentat with a full space card. Didn't expect that. That's bad news for Lido. He was kind of hoping to find that. Interesting play there from Beast. Making sure he's got action economy here on ECAS. He needs to see what the damage is going to be. He knows Holtzman's going to be in hand a lot, so it's going to be basically an extra round. Baron is going selective breeding. He's going to put the pressure on ECAS here and force him to make defensive plays. So, 3 cards for Beast here, for Baron here. You'd think Baron had Corn the Market here, seeing what he's doing here. Also just challenging the alliance, which is totally fine. ECAS has surely got to defend here with diplomacy, you would imagine. He didn't really want to, but I think it's fine. You could weapon power it. He's going to use weapon power so he can get the additional resources here, which is what he's going to do. So he will defend. So he picks up 2 intrigues here, finds Blackmail and finds Binder. He can't use any of them, so he must use Chome shares now. Or risk someone else maybe having infiltrate and finding their way to whatever you want to call it. He's gonna hold on. He's gonna assume that no one's got infiltrate, which is a little, you know, risky. You'd hate to get infiltrated and lose Chome shares. That would suck. Imagine if Beast had infiltrate and went there and stole that. You'd feel pretty dumb. So there's a plane flying pretty low overhead. Apologies for that. I'll ask them to fly quieter next time. Back to Lido. Lido's going to be really annoyed that Mentat's gone. Lido's in kind of some trouble here. What does Lido want to do? Lido's got to start getting progress on the Emperor and Bene Gesserit tracks here. I think you just use it and go to, like, probably Imperial Basin. It's free spice, which is pretty good. No, he's going to smuggle instead. I also don't hate that. I mean, to be fair, that's 2 bumps. He get a bump from the shipping, but the thing is, he's going to be going interstellar next round, so he doesn't need to do that. Lido's going to go ahead and... Wow, Lido is going for dreadnoughts. Okay, well, this is brave. He's got detonation... No, he doesn't even have detonation devices. Really? You're just going to get a dreadnought here? Wow. This feels kind of like I've got nothing better to do round, but I would probably still just take High Council. And it's a pretty bad spot, this, for Lido, whatever he does. It feels pretty awful. I'm kind of hating my life. I think High Council feels a little better here. Prepping you up for next round. You probably can't win this game anymore, but remember, every position pays. Maybe Lido is going to go Signet Ring to smuggling and then hope he can get his liaison to Siege and pick up the second water? Get in front of the beast? Give up on shipping? I don't even hate it. I don't even hate it. It looks like he's going to do that. I mean, you get 2 bumps here. Like, this is a victory point in the bag. Right? This feels fine. And of course, remember, he has troop transports as well, so these will be going in. Kaz will be not the happiest to see this, but the problem again, McKellen has no intrigues in hand here. He has absolutely no intrigues. So the problem is Lido's playing face up here. He has no backup. So it's hard for him to win combats. That is the problem here for Lido. I know, it's a weird one. But we'll see how... He's going to put him in and try, which I don't hate. I think Siege is coming, though. Beast is just going to go ahead and take some spice here. He obviously needs to pay for Guild Ambassador. He's also got Sleep and Must Awaken in hand as well, so Beast needs loads of spice. Needs all of the spice this round. He needs... I'm going to be putting them all in here as much as I can. Like, you've got to get a reward out of this. Battle of Carthage does give spice for 2nd and 3rd place. You've got to, like, keep... You've got to try and give yourself as much chance as you can to get hold of this spice here. Baron's up. Baron's going to take the point at wealth here. Baron realizes he's in trouble. Like, he was feeling pretty decent for this conflict, but now it's looking very shaky. Here comes Bindu. So Ika's just obviously just going to keep drawing. Finds his dagger, which isn't really doing... I mean, he can go High Council with it. It's fine. Ikaz can go and do whatever he wants here. Does Ikaz reckon he wants to go into this combat now? He's just obviously going to keep shipping here. And just go up, and he's going to go up twice. So that means I think Hardy Warriors is incoming here, and he's going to use Diversion to get more troops in. Looks like that's the plan here. So, this is very difficult. So, this is very difficult for Ikaz here. Like, Ikaz can go Siege and put 14 troops in, but it's just not going to be enough. I think Ikaz is going to look to finish this game this round, and I think he's going to do it. I think Ikaz is going to finish this one out. Siege Taibo is going to be the play here, but this isn't going another round. This one's over. So it's a question of how is this going to proceed. So, Beast only has 4. Leo has 6. Baron has 7. Baron's going to get a point with High Council's going to make this 8. Leo's going to make some catch-up play, though. But Beast just did not do enough faction access this game. Just didn't do enough. Beast is going Dreadnought? Whoa. Interesting. Interesting. Can't say I like this. Particularly. Not the biggest fan of this one. I don't know, it's kind of a bad spot this for Beast. Like, you needed to do the damage early, and there was just no victory points in any of the combats. So, although you're winning loads of stuff with artillery, you weren't really getting much out of them, unfortunately. So, it's kind of a bad spot for Beast here. I'm surprised Beast doesn't just go Imperial Basin, 3 spice for Guild Ambassador, 4 spice for Sleeper, and that's just 2 points there. Kind of surprised he didn't do that there. Just get them with the fold space and take the spice, call it a day. I guess you want to go Dreadnought first. Because the problem is even if you take the spice from the endgame combat here, you can't use your plot card. Because you're going to be in combat then endgame. So you've got to get the spice ahead of time. I don't think players realize this game's about to end. I mean, that's the simple truth of the matter here. Yeah, the problem is you can't use Chome Delegate to re-go in here. So here we go. So here we go. So this is the plan. So he's going to do this. He's going to mine, put in 2. He's going to flagship for 3. Then he'll get diversion, and he'll just be able to barrel in 1,000,000 troops, and he's going to take this conflict down. And he's going to get hold of Shuttle Fleet as well, take the Emperor Alliance. Yeah. Badger wins the game. This one is over. Had to be patient. Like, the mid-game was a little tricky. Obviously, trying to pull the spice on flows and twice didn't get it. But, definitely was the right person to win this combat. So, and we'll be taking this down fairly comfortably. Nothing anyone can do about it. Game is over. So, it's all about second place now. And so, it depends. So, Baron's going to have 8 points here. Lido, I don't think he's going to make any catch-up here. So, it looks like Baron's going to take it's going to take third place, which I think is fine. I think, to be honest, I think getting third place in this sort of game is pretty good. And I'll be very happy with that. Badger is rated second, so... And obviously he has just got a super in debt. And the truth of the matter is, when you can ship, like, twice every round, you can't really... There is no real competing against that. It's pretty much that simple. Obviously you had to set up the game to get to this situation, but just so much infiltration... and basically, yeah, you're just shipping like twice a game, twice around. It's basically almost impossible to do anything about it. So, Leader's going to reveal for 2 daggers. Kind of sad. And Beast is going to have 1 more action. Pick up the spice now, which he does to secure 2 points. Which is going to get him to 6. But the problem is though, is that he's not going to be winning Is he going to be winning tiebreak over Lido? Oh, he might win it actually on. He might actually win it on. He might actually win it on thing. I'm also telling him he's got to put troops in here, but I'm going to stay out of this one. There's a lot going on here. There we go. He remembers to put in his stuff here. So this is going to be good here. So he's going to take the free spice. And I think this means he's actually going to win on Solari tiebreak over McKellid here. Baron is going to be comfortable for the second spot here. And I think that's largely this one resolved. A good showing for Badger. And, to be honest, he probably feels like he should be He feels like he's going to be in good shape for the group. But, there's going to be... There's a lot more games to go, and not trying to be disrespectful to anyone else on this table, but I feel like the more noted opposition is still to come. And he's going to have to put in some good performances here. So there's the extra point for Beast. And he is going to be able to probably hold on to third place here with the Solari tiebreak when he gets 3 more spice from combat here. Baron will be finding... Lena will be finding an intrigue here. But I don't think there's any intrigues he can find that are going to give him any victory points here. No, I don't believe there is. I don't think there's anything that gives him any endgame points here for the X expansion. So that's going to be all she wrote. Badger wins it. DrBell with, I think, a fairly solid second place. I'd be pretty happy with that result, I think, all things considered. And it'll be Pigs for third, and it will be McKellud for fourth position. We'll go have a chat with the players. Badger wins. Yep, Badger wins this. Bell with, I think, actually talking about the game here, I think actually with a pretty good second place, all things considered. I'd be pretty happy with that.
After the start, I'm stoked with that.
Yeah, I think so. It was a dicey opening. It didn't quite go to plan.
I completely forgot about artillery because I was looking at the
Yeah, I was the first. I mean, yeah, first, and then obviously Beast got it. The problem for Beast though is obviously Beast gets artillery, then just no victory point combats come up anywhere. You know, just all resources, and that was super frustrating. You know, that sometimes there's not a lot you can do about that. That's the way it goes. But obviously, kind of annoying to be doing well in the mid game fights and just not really getting much like physical reward for it, or like tangible reward outside of victory points. So that's a little bit unfortunate. I think everyone kind of had spots that was kind of a bit unfortunate though. Obviously, Badger twice trying to pick up Quizit's Haderach.
Yeah. Oh,
and both times and being one short. That was pretty fun.
The bottom guard of my deck, I was like, what the hell?
Well, not much you can do about that. That was pretty unlucky. But you got there anyways, and, you know, to be fair, all the sets of breeding meant you got rid of all the rubbish cards, and then you were just, like, the end situation, you were basically shipping, like, twice minimum every round, and there's not really anyone who can do anything about that. Like, it's basically game over at that point, so it's a fight for second, and Baron found their way there, you know, managed to hold on for that. It was looking a bit speculative, but...
I thought we were getting tired, yeah.
But no, once ECAS, I mean, it was like beyond, like ECAS had won this like about a round or two ago, really. So
my honest to God, my plan was, okay, Badger, finish this fast for me.
That was exactly. You wanted him to, you know, because you don't want the other two players catching up. That's exactly what happened. So you know,
exactly.
As I say, I think given the game, I think 3 points is a good result. I'll be happy with that. I don't know any of you guys making this one.
I'm just putting
that was a tough one.
Guys.
Yeah, it wasn't an easy game. Like it's not an easy opening, you know.
Just watching you go, because that's to the shipping every time without a worry.
Yeah, again, there's not a lot you can really do by that point. Obviously, it kind of sucks. You know, it was interesting because like other players had a chance. There was actually a chance early on. Baron actually could have taken Quizats. You had I think it was the first time you used Chris Knife here. But you had Leah and then Liaison, and you could have, or something like that, and then you could have just like daggered to High Council, and you could have taken Quizats. It was open for you there, but you opted against it only in the end.
Yeah, I tend to avoid it. I don't know why.
I think the reason why is because you hadn't gone Swordmaster yet, and people do not like going High Council before Swordmaster can help it, but it was open for you there. Right. And this is the same.
No, I remember that.
It was the same round where ECAS was desperately trying to draw it and just couldn't muster it. So you would have been able to pinch it from it. And then, you know, this end game might have been a little bit different. You know, without Quizats not being able to hit this so often, you know, maybe different things happen. I mean, you still got second place out of it, which I guess is fine. But you know, it was there. But again, going to High Council without Swordmaster like feels kind of rubbish. You know, people don't like doing it. You got to be pretty confident what you're doing is correct. So.
Yeah, I think I was chasing the Swordmaster at that point. Same as when I was up one bump here, I went down straight away. I was just trying to get the coin, even though I was behind Beast.
Yeah, obviously. And if Beast gets it, it's not a big disaster. You just want to get it cashed in, especially with Baron. Like, just needs all those actions as much as possible. So, which I don't hate. So again, I think finding third place, second place here, I think is pretty fine.
Yeah, thank you for the insights too. I mean, I know that I've played this to death, but I'm sure the newer guys appreciate the insights as well from someone else neutral looking from the inside.
Yeah, that's the thing as well. Obviously, like we know you've played obviously a ton of this, and you know, and obviously there's some other pretty, you know, obviously you've got to play some of the, you know, like Bale and obviously Google as well, which will be interesting games when they come around. But of course,
Yeah, actually, I've got to echo that because I've only been playing for a couple of weeks after a mate saw the Imperium Cup videos, and I'm just conveniently able to play against Badger a lot, so I keep trying to copy what he does.
It's not a bad idea. You know, you could do
it's a pretty good idea.
Could do a lot
hard
worse.
to copy this though. Very hard to copy what I was.
Yeah, I mean, when ECAS like this, that's the way it goes. But he needs stuff to kind of cooperate him a little bit to get there as well. If the row's kind of generally pretty quiet, then you know it is what it is. But I think
Good story. Yeah.
So that's going to be all for this one here on the Golden Path Internationals. I think, yeah, ultimately, at the end of the day, Badger just showing his experience of the game, showing why he is ultimately, ranked 2 in the ELO ratings, and that just carrying him over here against, admittedly less experienced opposition. That's going to be the group games, and again, he will have probably tougher games. I think he'd admit himself he's probably got tougher games to come in this group, and he's going to have to justify, fighting for those top 2 spots is not going to be a given. But a good showcase of his knowledge of the game. And again, DrBell, I think, will be very happy to get hold of second position in the game, taking 3 points. I think it's a pretty good result given the game presented here, so he'll be pretty happy. Thank you all for your watching of the video as per always. Take care. We'll see you in the next conflict.